Hi everybody. Well, I'm making this video to report a harrowing experience that I had last night. Well, when we had the rains, there was definitely some water leaking into my van. I could see that it was the ceiling, the cloth on the ceiling was wet, and it was dripping a little bit onto the carpet. And I didn't have any choice. I had to stay in there for 2 days while it was raining. I did go to a different campground because where I was camping, the road was very muddy and I was afraid I was going to get stuck in there with no cell phone service. So I went to this other place called Cam Loops, which is near Rexford Bench, because the campgrounds are like literally over, like on a hill overlooking Lake Koocanusa, and I feel good at Lake Koocanusa. So anyway, I was there. I stayed there 3 nights. And last night, though, I just took a turn for the worse. And it was scary. I mean, I was having a lot of scary thoughts. And I was crying. And I was calling my support system, which thank you so much. All my support people, you know who you are. I'm going to get choked up. Anyway, and so... they were telling me, take a binder, and then an hour later, take a Benadryl, and just praying for me. And so I made the decision at 10 p.m. because I was scared. I didn't know what I was going to do. My throat was closing up, and my emotions were completely out of control. And so I decided that I was going to drive to Whitefish and go to the emergency room. And I didn't know if it would help. I just couldn't think of anything else to do. Neither could my helpers. So I packed up and I left about 8 from there. 8, 9, I don't know. It was just getting dark. Yeah, no, it was about 10 o'clock. Anyway, I had taken a Benadryl at 9, and so I got about halfway to Whitefish, and I was so exhausted. I literally I didn't even blow up my thermarest. I just laid on the floor of my van in the back and just pulled my sleeping bag over me, and I passed out from I think about 10:30 to about 4:30 in the morning. I just passed out. I mean, woke up with drool, that kind of sleep, But when I woke up, I felt a lot clearer. And so I did drive to Whitefish because I was in the middle of nowhere and I needed to get, a cell phone signal. And I did drive to the hospital parking lot. And then I was just sitting there going, why am I going to go in? What can they actually do for me here? I mean, when I went to the emergency room in West Virginia, I went because my heart was racing and palpitating, which for me is a symptom that my thyroid is going overactive, and I didn't have any of my medication. So they helped me in other ways when I went there, but I was going for a real medical reason, not just I'm having anxiety or I'm having a allergic reaction. So I didn't go. Another thing is I only have Medicare, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting a huge ER bill for that other thing. So I knew I needed to decontaminate, but I didn't have anywhere to shower. And me and Michelle and my other helpers, they were trying to help me find somewhere to shower. And there weren't any good options. There was a health club. There was a laundromat. But, laundry chemicals make me really sick. So I thought, no. So finally I said, what about a campground with a shower? And my friend found this campground right here. And it has hot showers. And it's on Flathead Lake, and I don't even remember the name of it right now, but I came here, I went to the store in Whitefish, got some supplies. I got here about 1 o'clock, and I basically proceeded to pull everything out of my van, and anything that felt weird to me, because I've had that brush with hell toxin, so anything that felt weird, I put it in double, triple garbage bags, and I threw it away. And so I took everything out of the van. I sprayed everything down with hydrogen peroxide and then alcohol with a little bit of tea tree in it. And, it was a lot of work. And I got done everything about 4. And then I went over and took a hot shower and put on clean clothes. And, I'm starting to feel halfway human again. I'm still exhausted. My system's off. My tongue is still swollen a little bit. My lips are still swollen a little bit. My throat is still scratchy. My eyes are still swollen. So I'm still reacting, but not to the degree that I was before. And I'll just give you a little tour of, I think it's called I forget what it's called. Anyway, It's good. It's just how I like a campsite to be. So it's kind of on the end of this road here. See, I forgot my clothesline, but I hung up my sleeping bag that I've been off gassing oh, look at that bird. Do you see that bird? I've never seen a bird like that before. It's beautiful. So yeah, I'm hanging, I forgot my clothesline at the other place. So I hang this up every time I go somewhere. There's my van. There's my shoes that are drying out because I wore them in the shower. There are some clothes that I took out and sprayed and put on a rock. There's my towel from my shower. I got my little bathroom up the hill over there. Here's my little hand washing station. The picnic table is a little bit moldy, but not too bad. But the lake is right here. So, I mean, I was a little bit concerned because you see there's houses over there. All those people probably are running dryers, you know, but I don't know. I feel okay. It could be that my lips being swollen. It could be that, you know, all those people's dryers are affecting me. I don't know, but I'm exhausted. So, I'm going to stay. I have the tent set up, so I'm going to sleep in the tent tonight and probably stay here tomorrow, just stay in camp and rest. I have enough food for probably 2 or 3 days. I'm near Polson, Montana, which has a Walmart. They don't have the curbside pickup, but they do have the front end, like where you can pick it up in the store. So I think I'm going to do an order to pick up, you know, tomorrow or the next day, and then I'll just be able to run in and pick it up. I won't have to have the exposure of running around the whole store and getting things together. So that's kind of a relief. And I avoided Kalispell because I don't feel good in Kalispell, and I avoided it. I managed to avoid it, and that's great, you know. Over there in those white garbage bags, that's dirty clothes in one, and then the clothes that I bought from Old Navy in another one that I soaked, but I still haven't rinsed. So there are water spigots here, but I'm too tired today to deal with laundry. And I have this outfit and one more outfit in my duffel bag. I think my duffel bag might have hell toxin. I don't know. It's so hard because I'm reacting to so much stuff right now. I can't really weed out what it is I'm reacting to. And so I'm trying to figure out what on earth caused me to get so sick up at Kamloops. And, you know, I don't really know. There was a lady who pulled in a van. She was an older lady. And she smelled a lot like chemicals. And, you know, sometimes when people have moldy vans or moldy houses, they use a lot of air freshener or body spray or whatever to cover up the musty smell. So I don't know what was going on with her, if it was her or if it was just the spot or if it was the badness brought in by the rain, or I don't know what it was. But I do know that, you know, the locations effect is a real thing. I mean, just getting out of that location helped. You know, I still have symptoms going on right now, but at least they're not the symptoms that are making me feel totally insane and, you know, question my everything, you know. So, you know, I'm still itchy and all that, but I'm excited that I'm going to go to bed early and hopefully sleep late tomorrow and just rest and relax. And thank you so much to Charlie, who's doing a post for me, trying to help me raise money for a new van, and to Chemical Free Gal, who helped me out too, prayed with me and sending me a code, and definitely to Michelle V for helping me find this place, and to Sarah and her husband, Sarah Marks and her husband, who are trying to help me figure out, you know, a van. And just, you know, to everybody who watches this, to everybody who shares this, you know, I'm not a professional filmmaker. I'm just making a documentary of what mold avoidance looks like when you're on Social Security disability. I mean, because I'm sure that there are many, many people who are saying, I can't do mold avoidance, I can't afford it. Well, let me tell you, I couldn't afford it either. Granted, when I started mold avoidance, I had money in the bank because I had been working before COVID. I did get some unemployment, not a lot, but I did get some unemployment. I did get the stimulus. So I had some money in the bank. I had a decent credit rating, and I had a credit card with a $5,000 limit when I started. My savings are gone now. My credit is completely charged up. I called my bank to see if I could still get an auto loan in New York, and they said that I can, but I can't get it for the original amount that they quoted me, because now I'm in debt $5,000. So they quoted me $15,000. Now I could probably only get about $10,000. And there's all kinds of conditions when you get an auto loan. You can't get an automobile that has over 100,000 miles. You can't get an automobile over a certain age. And so I'm just like, how on earth am I'm falling through that same crack that I was falling through in West Virginia. So I could drive all the way back to New York to get that loan and still not be able to get a van or a better vehicle than what I'm in now. So just, if you're a praying person, just pray, please, that the house miraculously closes really quickly. The first lady backed out, but it sold in one day. My real estate agent is a rock star. And, God's on my side. And so I'm just praying I can get that money soon so that I can buy a van cash. And I'm praying that I can find a van in this time. I mean, there's a vehicle shortage and prices are super inflated. And my goal is I'm going to have to be a nomad for a while. So I want to get a van that I can live in and be comfortable. That's all metal on the inside so I can decontaminate it. And hopefully get a laptop and get some sort of a remote working position. I'm itching my face. I'm not sure why, but I got some kind of a bite right here. I don't know. I wonder if that had something to do with what happened to me. Maybe, I don't know. It's just such a mystery. And I just have to give credit to God, and God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, who sustained me, and my friends who are praying friends who reminded me, your life is not your own. You belong to Christ. You can't just do whatever, you can't do things that are going to put your life in jeopardy, because you belong to God. And I do. And so do you, we all do. We're all God's children. He created every single one of us. He knit us together in our mother's wombs. So no matter what you believe, that is true. God created you. You're a miracle. And if you're sick, I'll pray for you. I do. I pray for my viewers. I don't even know who all of you are. I don't even know how to access that on YouTube, who's watching my videos, but I can just tell you that I do love you. I do love you. And that's why I'm doing this, because I really want to raise awareness about mold illness, multiple chemical sensitivity, fluoroquinoline toxicity. I'm starting to believe now that all along my symptoms came from mold and chemical exposures, like my whole life, my anxiety, my depression, all of that. I'm starting to believe that it all came from toxicity. I grew up in a moldy house. My parents both smoked. So, I had amalgams from age 5, age 6. It's just, my body was fighting, and I'm pretty sure I probably have that dreaded gene, whatever that gene, that MTHFR, that I don't detox well. Some people detox well, more power to them. I don't. And so now I'm doing everything I can within my power to try to heal my body so that I can continue to exist on this planet and hopefully, make an impact with the rest of my days. So God bless you. Please like, subscribe, and share.